Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Every summer, I take a trip to Toronto with my parents. We came across these little mom and pop shops across from the gas station. I had no idea I'd find a whole set of Royal Albert in this random gift shop off the Trans-Canada Highway. It was so random, but I think that's the beauty of road trips.
Cute.
Doing spontaneous things in random, unexpected places you've never pictured yourself in. Like walking into a Christmas store in the middle of nowhere in June.
Why does he look depressed?
My outstanding nose picked up cinnamon in the air, and sure enough, there was a cafe next door. It was empty, so I asked the store owner if I could take a video, and my camera immediately found the baked goods. So I pulled an Ariana Grande. I see it, I like it, I want it, I got it.
Could I have a butter tart, please?
You can. Do you want pecan, raisin, or plain?
Pecan, please.
Okay, perfect.
Yum.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you guys exist. I'm like obsessed with Christmas.
That's good.
Yeah.
It was soft and decadent, and honestly, I'd drive back just to get more.
Tim Hortons ice caps.
We're Canadians. Of course we get Timmy's in a road trip. We're Canadians. Of course we'd rather have an ice cap over a frap. I was listening to Run BTS on my AirPods, trying to enjoy some music, but my mom was singing a hymn right next to me. It pretty much sounded like I was listening to BTS featuring my mom. She was in the zone and had no idea I was capturing this moment on video. Instead of driving straight to Toronto, like we usually do, we decided to make a pit stop at Lake Ontario Park.
Smells like the ocean.
Oh, this is a dance move that I made up with my mom 2 years ago. I asked my dad to give me a dance move, and that's what I got. I still can't believe my mom convinced my dad to take tango lessons every weekend. My mom is a powerful woman. Then I encountered a seagull. He looked pretty annoyed by the violent wind, just as I was, so we bonded over that common sentiment. But not for long, because he flew away to go steal a fry or something. It was the same scenery over and over again. Driving to Toronto is like watching the same reel on loop. Mom got car sick and stopped talking to us, so I got bored. Oh, and shout out to my dad for driving Montreal to Toronto all by himself. We stopped by a few more rest stops and we finally started seeing signs of civilization. Thank God. Here's Canada's biggest export, Justin Bieber, holding the drinks we had earlier. I felt weirdly validated. After checking into the hotel, we went out for a late lunch. Deciding on what to eat is never a problem when I'm with my parents, because all three of us are always down for Korean. I had the torso bibimbap sizzling in the hot stone bowl just the way I like it. It always hits the spot. I was super excited for this meal. Their homemade king-size dumplings are so good and steamed to perfection. Myeongdong Kalguksu, or also aka MD Noodles and Shabu Shabu, is a famous restaurant chain from Korea that specializes in hand-cut noodles. It may not look very convincing, but you gotta try it. It's like a hug in a bowl. After 2 solid meals, we drove to this park where you could supposedly get a panoramic view of the city. But Google Maps failed us, and we ended up at a secluded baseball field. It was funny because none of us cared enough to find a viewpoint, and we just headed back to the car. We had zero FOMO about not going into the city this time around, because there really isn't a part of Toronto that we haven't been to multiple times. The Toronto Zoo is the largest zoo in Canada, so we had to go check it out. I love seeing wild animals, but like many people, I have mixed feelings about the zoo. I feel so sad the animals have been removed from their natural habitat and confined behind enclosures. Also, the zoo reeks of poo and wild animal BO.
I literally feel like puking. can breathe now. Oh,
야, 너 이렇게 예쁘냐?
lemure, lemure.
레미야. 이거 찍어가지고.
My mom thinks leaping lemurs are cute, and she made me take this video. If you look closely though, their eyes are actually terrifying. They were not like Timon's.
Sonny, what are you doing here? 고트라서. Oh, so weak.
We met Tigger on our way to Africa, and I posed with a gorilla hand and admire the beauty and elegance of giraffes.
Giraffe selfie.
디자인 그죠?
These are called red hogs. Red hog, yeah? 멧돼지. That ass though.
My zodiac animal is the monkey. So call me biased, but monkeys are truly fascinating creatures. There are more than 300 species of monkeys. And while some are smarter than others, all monkeys generally have many talents. They have a wide range of cognitive abilities such as using tools to solve problems, understanding human cues, and even solving puzzles and basic math. Monkeys also practice social grooming as an expression of love and affection. It's known to strengthen social bonds and reduce stress and tension in non-human primates, just as it does for humans.
이따 저녁은 뭐 먹을까?
저녁? 순전 떡볶이,
거기 떡볶이 말고 뭐 팔아 또?
김밥, 튀김,
좋다.
순대,
김떡순.
오뎅.
Oh, it's a raccoon. It's a little baby. He doesn't look too impressed at the moment, does he?
엄마 아빠. Huh? I'd be dead by then. No?
So this is what they meant by welcome to 2099. Yikes. I did not expect to see polar bears here because, well, they're polar bears. It turns out they can tolerate up to around 25 degrees Celsius, but they need shade and access to air-conditioned indoor areas. I really hope they're getting adequately taken care of here. One of my all-time favorite foods is spicy rice cake or tteokbokki. Shinjan is another chain restaurant from Korea that we don't have in Montreal. Now, Montreal is the food capital of Canada, but when it comes to Korean food, I gotta say, Toronto does it better. That's mainly because there's a way bigger Korean population in Toronto and a much higher number of Korean restaurants, so they need to maintain high quality in order to survive the fierce competition in Toronto. Aside from the relatively small Korean population in Montreal, another barrier to entry for chain restaurants is the strict language laws. Franchises are wary of settling in Quebec because of the province's strict and ever-expanding language laws, which aim to promote and preserve the French language by discouraging the use of English. This is a loaded topic. With 4 businesses, it means having to incur extra costs to translate legal agreements, commercial advertising, hiring staff, you name it. And for me, it means having to cross borders for Chipotle and In-N-Out. Mais quelle horreur!
Too Good Pond. We were here like 20 years ago. 우리 20년 전에 여기 왔었어?
Year 2000.
2000? 22 years ago we were here. Now we're back.
Too Good Pond is a gorgeous mini forest near Markham, Ontario, which is where Canadian runner and 6-time Olympic medalist Andre DeGrasse was raised. And I'm pretty sure he used to come run here as a child. Very cool. The pond is home to ducks, fish, turtles, and apparently Canada geese, but there wasn't a single Canada goose in sight while we were there. The walk around the pond was very pleasant and only took about 20 minutes to complete. It's a great little park to escape the hustle and bustle of the city. Oh yeah, and this couple kept staring and smiling at me, so I said hi and left. We walked over to Unionville, a historical town lined with boutiques, pubs, and restaurants. This quaint little town has been turned into a filming location for a number of fan-favorite TV shows such as Suits, Schitt's Creek, Gilmore Girls, and the movie A Simple Favor with Anna Kendrick and Blake Lively, my woman crush. On the last day of our trip, we went to Sandbanks Provincial Park. This is Outlet Beach, one of 3 beaches in Sandbanks, and apparently the nicest of the 3.
What a gorgeous day! Wow.
It was actually our first time here, and I could not believe it took 20 years of living in Canada to finally visit this gem. With soft sand, sparkling blue water, and rolling waves, walking along the shoreline was a real treat for my senses. Ooh, and we found this amazing crocodile sand art. The details were so meticulous. That was some crazy talent right there. This was my first beach of the summer, and it was so nice to just sit and listen to the waves. It was definitely too cold for a swim, but nonetheless, we had a lovely afternoon walking on the beach and dipping our toes in the sand. It is so gorgeous here. I have to go back to Sandbanks for a camping trip. If there is one place you visit in Eastern Canada this summer, it's gotta be Sandbanks Provincial Park. But of course, you have to visit Montreal first. Okay? On our way home, we made a pit stop at the Big Apple. Not New York City, the Big Apple in Ontario. Mr. Applehead is the world's largest apple-shaped structure in which you can ascend inside and look out at the countryside. Not sure why anyone would want to do that, but you can. At the Big Apple, their famous apple pies are baked fresh every day, and it smells amazing. Right as you walk into the store, you're greeted by the Big Apple's version of the mannequin piss, the Peeing Boy statue, in Brussels, Belgium. Thankfully, this was apple cider, not urine. Besides apple pies and apple cider, they also had various kinds of apple bread, apple candy, apple biscuits, all the apple-inspired goodies you could think of. It was like being in a museum of apples. Oh, they had giant sausages too. They were really big.
Okay, you can bag it. Thank
We were
you.
feeling a little peckish, so we shared a poutine, le casse-croûte préféré des Canadiens. What it lacked in quality, it more than made up for in size. You have to come to Quebec pour une poutine authentique à la québécoise. Well, that was it for our family road trip to Ontario. I really enjoyed the sparkling blue water at Sandbanks, monkeys with their cute little faces, nature walks, and good Korean food. But I gotta say, the best part was getting to spend time with my parents. If you'd like to see more travel vlogs, subscribe to my channel so you can travel to fun cities with me. In the next video, we're going to the States. See ya!